Hello, colleagues and friends. Welcome to our limited series. Dr. Nefertiti Poyner here with the Devereux Center for Resilient Children. It is nice to have this quick opportunity to talk with you. So, in the year 2022, the initiative decided that we were going to take on very popular concepts and words that in our profession we tend to just kind of throw around, but we wanted to pause for just a second and give these powerful words and definition to give these powerful words a definition and to really think about what the word means to our practice in early care and education. And in this limited series, we're taking on a word that, if I'll be honest with you, I was not very familiar with it. About 3 or 4 months into the pandemic, I received a request to do a keynote. So no big deal. We had been doing keynotes prior to the pandemic. After everybody shifted during quarantine, keynotes, no big deal. But as I was reading the logistics document from the coordinator, she said, I would like for you to talk with my team about post-traumatic stress and change, and all of those things were fine. But then she said, I would also like for you to talk with my team about toxic positivity. So I just kept reading, and then I went back and I said, toxic positivity, what is that? So I have no problem when something is not known to me. I go out and do some research around it. So started digging around to better understand what toxic positivity is. And then as I learned more about what it is, I got quiet and I was starting to think about what this program must be experiencing if this coordinator is requesting a training around toxic positivity. And so here's what I was thinking. You ever met a person who does this? Good morning. Everything's going to be great. We're going to have an awesome day today. Yes, it's going to be great. We're going to be great. Everything's fine. This person posts very positive things on their Instagram feeds and Facebook feeds and whatever social media, Twitter, whatever they use. You come into their office spaces and classroom spaces and they've got all of this positivity. And you may be looking at the camera now saying, well, Nefertiti, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. What becomes wrong about it is when the person forgets that while it's okay to be positive, we must also hold very close to us the idea of empathy and understanding people's feelings and what they're dealing with. And so before I say see you soon, I would like to end this video with just a quick definition of what this word means. And then I invite you back to our limited series so we can learn together. Let's lift a definition of the word toxic positivity. In an article entitled, It's Okay to Be Okay, Why Calling Out Teachers' Toxic Positivity May Backfire, the authors define toxic positivity as what happens when a person seeks to reject, deny, or displace any acknowledgement of the stress, negativity, and possible disabling features of trauma, and instead looks only through rose-colored glasses. There were so many definitions of toxic positivity that I came across as I prepared to talk with you today, but I like this one. And I really like the language rose-colored glasses because many of us understand what that feels like, right? You go around looking at the world through rose-colored glasses. That, my friends, is what leads to toxic positivity. And as we lift a definition today that I'm hopeful that you will talk about in the circles where you walk, we invite you back to this series to keep learning with us. We want to be careful of this term, toxic positivity. And in our second video, that's actually what we're going to talk about. What's the difference between toxic positivity and optimism? Well, come on back and we'll keep talking about it. Today, I want to lift for you again just a definition of toxic positivity. Thank you for listening. Dr. Nefertiti Poyner with the Devereux Center for Resilient Children. Let's keep learning together and getting better at getting better. See you next time.